He sang to them of the lotus heart of love with all its thousand luminous buds of truth, which quivering sleeps veiled by apparent things. So it is the love which sleeps in veiled apparent things. It is that which has got to be awakened. And Narad is singing of that love. Yes, it is there, but it is asleep. It has to be wakened up. Now, this is very appropriate of Narad to sing of the lotus heart of love. Very appropriate of him to sing of the lotus heart of love. Because Savitri had discovered love. It is in the context of that love, he is singing the song of love. But the song of love, again, in the background of the marvel and mystery of pain. They are again linked up. They are connected, you see. The marvel and mystery of pain, the lotus heart of love, they are all again connected together. It trembles at each touch. It tries to wake, and one day it shall hear a blissful voice, and in the garden the spouse shall bloom when she sees by her discovered Lord. Savitri has already discovered Lord, and she sees by that. And while Narad is singing that song of love and the marvelous mystery of pain, a mighty shuddering coil of ecstasy crept through the deep heart of the universe. Obviously, the whole universe is shaken up with that, you see. He's singing that kind of song, you see. Love, pain, their marvel, their mystery, it is that which is kind of waking up the entire universe altogether. So that is the power of Narad's song also. It trembles at each touch, it tries to wake, and one day it shall hear a blissful voice. That is a promise. Yes, it will happen. It shall. And in the garden of the spouse, in Savitri's garden, shall bloom when she sees by her discovered Lord, the love. Now this is again, as I said, very appropriate that Narad is coming here and singing the song of love to the parents of Savitri, because Savitri is about to come here after discovering love. So therefore, the storyteller is very consistent in knitting together all the threads. Savitri is coming here and speaking all that, you see. Everything is very consistently brought together, you see. It trembles at each touch. A mighty shuddering coil of ecstasy crept through the deep heart of the universe. See the beautiful line, crept through the deep heart of the universe. Deep heart. You see, it's not just ordinary, even very depth of the heart. Out of her matter stupor, her mind's a dream. She woke, she looked upon God's unveiled face. That is the power of Narad's song. That even the spouse wakes up, was asleep until now, and she looks upon the unveiled face of God. That is the power of Narad's song, you see. And even as he sang, and rapture stole through earth a time, and caught the heaven, came with a call of hosts, as of her swift heart hastening Savitri. The radiant red glimmered across the floor. Savitri is walking into the palace hall, joyous, happy, with the great news of finding her lover in the distant land. Even as he sang and rapture stole through earth a time, it has already come because of the song. But the song is again in the context of Savitri finding out her lover. And caught the heavens, came with a call of hoofs. She is riding a chariot swiftly, swift rain. As I said earlier also, swift rain. She was driving back the chariot from Silver Forest to the forest, to the palace, you see. As of a swift heart, obviously her heart is also very swift now. She has discovered love, she is impatient to tell it to her parents. Yes, 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 I have found the one whom I wanted, I have discovered him. She is impatient to tell that thing. And therefore, the hooves are also moving fast. Savitri's heart is also beating fast. As of her swift heart hastening, Savitri, Her radiant train glimmered across the floor. The radiant train, the princess is already very beautiful, but she has become more radiant because she has found love. And it is that love trait which has now spread its brightness in whole place. And therefore there is a happy wonder in her fathomless gaze. Obviously her eyes are full of that wonder, that charm, of that miracle which has now worked, a change in her. A happy wonder in a fathomless gaze, changed with the halo of her love. She came. Obviously she will change because of love. Hero of her love. She has changed that thing. She is now different Savitri altogether. And it is she who is walking into the palace. Her eyes rich with a shining mist of joy. She is now as if there is a kind of a uh, tearfulness in the eyes, half happiness, in the mist of joy. This is sheer poetry, you see. One cannot describe it also. Changed with the halo of her love, she came, her eyes rich with a shining mist of joy, as one who comes from a heavenly embassy, discharging the proud mission of her heart. So the poet is already telling her she was on a mission to find love. She has found the love. And finding the love was actually an aspect of her mission. So, proud mission that she has fulfilled. Discharging the proud mission. She has to find the love. She has discovered that thing. And she is now walking into the palace after carrying out the mission. Discharging the proud mission of her heart. One carrying the sanction of the gods. This is again important. See what poetry and what richness of language and tightness of presentation. One carrying the sanction of the gods. Savitri has discovered love. And for that discovery of love, there is a sanction of the gods. Gods have blessed it. They are happy that Savitri has found the love. Now later on, of course, we were told that Satyavan is to die 1 year after the marriage. Still behind that, there is the sanction of the gods. The sanction of the gods is even for that. To her love and its luminous eternity, she stood before her mighty father's throne. So she is coming now and standing in front of her father, Ashwapati, mighty father's throne, and eager for beauty on discovered earth, transformed and new in her heart's miracle light, saw like a rose of marble, worshipping the fiery sweetness of the Son of Heaven. So while she is entering into the palace hall, first she approaches her father and then she sees around, and what does she see? She saw a rose of marble, that is Narad. She sees him worshipping and therefore worshipping. The fiery sweetness of the Son of Heaven, that is the character of Narad as seen by Savitri. Her first glance of Narad is his fiery sweetness. Something very attractive, very charming, very desirable, at the same time full of fire, full of energy, intensity, of splendor. The Son of Heaven, Narad is the Son of Heaven. And then as Savitri sees him, the fiery sweetness of the Son of Heaven, what does Narad see? He flung on her his vast immortal look. Narad is now casting his look on Savitri, his vast immortal look. His inner gaze surrounded her with its light. His inner gaze surrounding her with his light. So Narad is looking at Savitri, and at the same time his sight is embracing Savitri and kind of holding her in that sight, giving full protection to Savitri under that thing, and raining back knowledge from his immortal lips. He cried to her, his inner gaze surrounded her with light. See, the storyline is now moving very fast. In fact, the whole thing is very fast. The whole movement is extremely swift. Narad coming down, 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 and all these things. In such swiftness, the story is moving, you see. and draining back knowledge from his immortal lips. He is a diplomat. He is very cautious in making any statement. He is careful not to allow any word to slip off from his mouth, unnecessary word. And therefore he is holding back the purpose. He already knows the attraction is there only somewhere else. And he is now holding back the knowledge purposefully. In other words, he has come here specifically to deliver that knowledge, and at the moment he is holding it back. His intention is to deliver the word of faith, but he is holding it back for the moment because he is psychologically preparing Savitri, the human Savitri, to receive that word of faith. He is embracing her in his sight. He has given his full protection to Savitri, and now he is gradually preparing her to receive the knowledge which he has brought for the future. And therefore, and draining back knowledge from his immortal limb, he cried to her, "Who is this that comes?" The bride. He is already seeing her as a bride, Savitri. In fact, he has already watched Satyavan and Savitri meeting from heaven. He has already seen the whole thing, you see. He has already seen that. Who is this that comes? The bride, the flame born. That is Savitri, flame born. This is important. This is not just a metaphor. Savitri was born from the fire altar, from Yajna Kunda. Savitri was born from the fire altar. According to the old story, Mahabharata story, Ashwapati was engaged in tapasya for 18 years, and he was offering oblations to the fire, ahuti, for 18 years, 100,000 every day, from morning till night. He was offering ahutis, as you call, to the Agni. And at the end of the 18-year period, the divine Savitri appears out of that fire, and she presents herself to him and asks him, "Yes, what is that you want? You have been worshipping me for 18 years. What is that you wish to have from me?" And then he says that, "I want to have an issue, a son." But she says, "I'm sorry, you are not going to get a son, you will get a daughter instead." Instead, I have already consulted my father, creator, Brahma, and the chit which I received from Brahma is grant him a daughter and not a son. Not a son. And then she also tells Ashwapati, this is in the greater wisdom that this has been given to you, a daughter and not a son. And you please accept it what is granted to you. Don't question that. Don't question that. I know you want a son, but you are granted a daughter in greater wisdom. Accept that thing. And then Savitri was born. So Savitri was born from the flame. The flame born is that. And round her element head, pouring the lights, her hymeneal palm moved flashing about her. He is asking, who is this that comes? See, who is this that comes? It's a very intimate phrase, who is this that comes? Very intimate, very beautiful, very sweet phrase, you see. See, I mean, you are seeing here, my grandson is coming here. I know that he's my grandson and all that. He knows that I'm his grandfather. And I ask, oh, who has come? You see. We don't ask him by his name. Oh, who has come? Oh, you have come, like that, you see. It's like that, you see. Who is it that comes? He knows it, all that thing. But that is a way of speaking, of showing the intimacy, the closeness of the two persons. In other words, Narad knows her very well already, you see. The bride, the flame born, and round her illumined head, pouring the light, her hymeneal palm. He is already talking of hymeneal palms, the marriage glory and majesty and all that thing. Because she has come with that discovery. Move flashing about her, from what green glimmer of glades. He has already seen what had happened in Shalva woods. In green glimmer of glades, retreating into dewy silences. He has already seen what had happened there in the Shalva woods. And therefore he is asking, who is this who has come? From where he has come? Retreating into dewy silences, or half-seen verge of waters, moon betrayed, brings thou this glory of enchanted eyes. Her eyes have become so sweet, so alluring, so charming. He is wondering, who is this who is coming? That, you see. He has already seen that thing. That is how Narad is presenting us the first glance of Savitri which he has got. This is the description we got. And then he says, earth has gold-hued expanses. Yes, earth is rich in every respect. All the fields are golden fields, full of opulence, full of greatness. All the things that the earth has gold. See, this is now to some extent in contrast to the richness of Savitri. She is coming in her hymeneal palms. She is coming from green glimmer of gods. She is coming from that. And in contrast that, earth has gold hue. Now slowly he is giving a slightly different turn to his argument. Shadowy hill that cowls the dreaming phantom heads at night, and guarded in a cloistral joy of wood, screened banks sink down into felicity, seized with curved, incessant, yearning hand, and rippled passion of the upgazing stream, amid cool lit murmurs of pure embrace. They lose their souls on beds of trembling reeds. So this is, Narad is very poetic. His poetry is really very sweet, very charming, very lyrical, because he's singing the song of love. He's in the context of love. His song is also very lyrical. They lose their souls on beds of trembling reeds. And so he's saying everything is joyous, happy, and it is from that land his Savitri is coming here. And all these are mysterious presences in which some spirit's immortal bliss is felt. Yes, he has seen that immortal bliss present here. And they betray the earth-born heart to joy. When you see that beauty, that sweetness, yes, we also feel happy in that process. There had thou paused. Narada is telling, yes, in those beautiful worlds, in that beautiful world, those green, glimmering worlds, you have paused. You stayed there for a while in the Shalva forest and met your future husband. And marveling bone eyes unknown, or heard a voice that forced thy life to strain its rapture to thy listening soul. So, Narada also has heard the conversation that was taking place between Satyavan and Savitri. He was eavesdropping already from heaven what was happening here, you see. He has already seen that thing, you see there. Voice that forced the life to strain its rapture to thy listening soul. Yes, your soul was listening to that voice and you were happy with that. Or if my thought could trust the shimmering gaze, I would say, thou hast not drunk from an earthly cup. Yes, you have been drinking joy all along from heavenly cup. The nectar wine of heaven, this is what you have been drinking all along. You are in the company of your lover, you have found your lover and you are happy, and it is that happiness which you are drinking all the while. It would say, therefore it says, my heart would say, thou hast not drunk from an earthly cup. Now this is a very important phrase again, thou hast not drunk from an earthly cup. It means that Savitri, soon you will be drinking from an earthly cup. It implies also, you have not drunk so far, you have been in the happy company of your lover, but soon you will also be drinking from an earthly cup. You will have to take this earthly cup and drink its wine, you see. He is already indicating that way. Thou hast not drunk from an earthly cup, but stepping through azure curtains of the morn, Thou was surrounded on a magic world in brighter countries than man's eyes can bear. Yes, you are in the seventh heaven in the company of your lover. You have not seen the world so far. What lies ahead of you? This speech itself is a fairly long one. I don't think we'll be able to complete it shortly. We'll take it next time. See, for instance, now this line, how he concludes here, 106.38. O thou who hast come to this great perilous world, now he's building up the contrast, perilous world. Now only seen through the splendor of the dream, you are seeing the whole thing in your swapna, in your dreamland. All that happiness, all the joy, you are seeing that thing. Where hardly love and beauty can live safe. You have discovered love, you have discovered beauty, but they are not safe in this world. There are robbers who will take away those things from you. Thyself, a being dangerously great, is soul alone in a golden house of thought, has lived walled in by the safety of that dream. You are safe in your dreams, but Savitri, you have to wake up, you have to come out of your dream and see the reality of this world. You are going to face death tomorrow. You cannot live only in dream of love. There is now the reality of the world which you have to face tomorrow. Safety of dreams won't help you. You have to come out of the safety. And he says, if for all time doom could be left to sleep. If doom could be left to sleep. Yes, doom is soon to arrive. It has to arrive. I wish that the doom was living always asleep. But it cannot remain asleep. It has to wake up. It has to show up itself. And Savitri has to meet that way. She cannot dream now only the dreamland. She has to see the reality. He spoke, etc.